We're going to talk about the Dorian mode today, and in order to do that, in order to demonstrate how it's going to work, I have made a little track on Sonar, which is a cakewalk product. It's similar to Pro Tools and all these other kinds of DAWs, digital audio workstations. This is the one I like. It's a good PC thing. And so I've made a track. My guitar that's going to be on this side, the right side, is what I call chicken picking guitar. Then the other guitar part is going to be more sustained kinds of notes. The two parts together. And then with the rest of the tracks. Okay, so now I'm going to play some lead guitar along with that track. I'm going to start off playing some minor pentatonic passages and then add the two other notes that complete the Dorian scale. And you'll notice the choice of using like the F sharp will be on the D7 chord, and the use of the B will be more on the A chord. It's not a hard and fast rule. I'm just saying that you'll see how the harmony gets enhanced when those notes are used in the melody. Okay, so sometimes I would play a minor pentatonic scale exclusively, and that gives a certain kind of quality to the melody. and then occasionally I would add one or both of the other notes that complete the Dorian scale, and that gives a different quality to it. Generally, I think of it as sometimes softening up the sound when you add the extra notes. The pentatonic scale is kind of raw. I mean, if you were playing an AC/DC tune, you would probably want to play more pentatonically because it's rougher sounding. And if you start adding the other notes that would complete that scale, you would kind of soften up your sound so that it might not sound as rock and roll as you would want it to. So anyway, there's a demonstration of how a Dorian scale works over this chord progression. And let's talk about, I'll get a little thing here and we'll take a look at some math regarding the Dorian scale. Okay, so here we have the chords in the key of G. G, A minor, B minor, C, D7, and I'm just pointing out D7 because a dominant chord is always the 5 chord in some key. So when I'm talking about the Dorian mode, essentially what I'm doing is I'm removing that G and putting it down there, so that this chord, A minor, becomes 1, and the D7 becomes 4. So now I have a chord progression that is 1 minor and 4 dominant. Now, you will hear people say things like the Dorian scale is, let's say the A Dorian scale is the G major scale starting on A. And that is true. However, I want to think of it as 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, and flat 7. If in my mind I'm thinking of G as being note number 1, I'm more likely to confuse myself with regards to how my melodies are made and how to come up with the melodies on the fly. You know, when I'm making a major scale, I have a sequence of intervals, and the same is true making any other kind of scale. It's a whole step between A and B, and a half step between B and C. That's why this is a minor third in relationship to 1 over here. So this scale is 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7. Now, if I were to play only a minor pentatonic scale, F sharp is the 3 to a D chord. So when the D chord comes around, kicking that F sharp note in the melody kind of helps enhance the harmony of that moment in time. So anyway, there's hopefully a little idea about how to play a little Dorian mode.